ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of the Vinnick Family Foundation, Jim O'Connell.
Good morning and welcome to Amalie Arena, home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. For those of you I've yet to meet, my name is Jim O'Connell and I recently joined the Vinnick organization as Jeff Vinnick's Chief of Staff and CEO of the Vinnick Family Foundation. And on behalf of Jeff and Penny, thank you all for being here today. The work of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Tampa Bay is well known. Collectively, in a given year, clubs across Hillsborough and Pinellas counties impact over 15,000 young lives. The clubs collaborate with law enforcement, government, foundations, companies, and leaders like all of you who dedicate time, resources, and talent on behalf of these great kids. Prior to 2 weeks ago, my welcome remarks focused on this big picture, but events since then require taking a different course. As many of you know, this past March, the Vinnick Family Foundation funded the building of a new club at Winston Park, serving the Claremelle neighborhood. The renderings promised a roller hockey rink, a technology lab, a kitchen, and dining hall, but more than that, the club promised opportunities. Opportunities for children and teens coming of age in an increasingly complex world. About a month ago, Chris Letzos and I visited the building site, and at one point, I was off to the side and Chris was discussing some details with the builders just outside the facility. And as spontaneously as possible, a woman stopped her car in the middle of the street and shouted to the builders, "Thank you all for what you're doing. Thank you for helping my neighborhood." Chris and the builders smiled and waved, and I couldn't help but be moved by such a pure and spontaneous expression of gratitude. Gratitude for an organization dedicated to strengthening the fabric of neighborhoods across Tampa Bay. When I left that building site, I anticipated my next visit taking the form of a grand opening. But as many of you know, that's not what happened. In the early morning of December 1st, that Boys and Girls Club, just weeks away from completion, burned down. Firefighters fought the flames for close to 2 hours, but in the end, nothing could be saved. Now, fortunately, no one was hurt in the fire, and the kids slated to join the club are able to remain at other facilities across the area. Moreover, the Vinnick Family Foundation stands by the leadership and partners of the Boys and Girls Clubs to ensure the Claremelle facility is rebuilt and comes online as an emblem of hope and resilience. In the face of such a loss, we're proud to be a part of that response team. Ultimately, everyone here today knows the score. This is not about us, it's about these communities. It's about the woman who stopped her car that day to thank the organization so dedicated to empowering her neighborhood. Most importantly, it's about these kids and their futures. Once again, on behalf of Jeff and Penny Vinnick, welcome and thank you for supporting such a great cause. Thank you.